lot less that we know about it, and I feel like that element of not knowing kind of brings an uneasiness with it.
I always say when I was about 7 to 8, I used to chase him around the house and beat him up because I thought he was lying about being autistic. And I remember like he'd be sitting down and I would look at him in his face and be like, I know you're lying about being autistic. Stop lying about being autistic. Until I understood that he is actually autistic.
Parents said they were kind of shocked because, you know, you never want that for your kid. Obviously, you don't know, you know, you have this idea for your future, for your kid's future as a parent. But when you hear something like that, you pause and be like, all right, like, what does this mean? So
we don't know much. We don't know much. We don't know the cause. We don't know any cure. There's a lot of different reasonings that people think. Some people think to genetics. A lot of people point to environment. We don't know which one. Like the kind of common idea now is that it's genetically you're kind of more prone to it with an environmental trigger. But again, we don't know much about anything. So that's why the research element's so important, and that's why autism is so interesting.
He was very abusive, like physically. He also went through a trauma from a car accident, so that made it even worse because he didn't speak. So my mom wasn't able to understand exactly what it was that was frightening him, which then, because he couldn't speak, turned into rage and abuse.
I think that I took on like a parent-like role because my needs had to take a backseat to Scott's, because Scott's needs, as he's gotten older, they haven't really changed. He's still like, he's 21.
Growing up was the biggest one. It was just trying to get him to be able to articulate or find the means to speak or advocate for himself, whereas we are unable to do that for him because we don't know exactly what it is that he needs or he needed at the time.
Obviously, no cures or anything like on those lines, or what's like the genetic cause. So that stuff we're still hitting some roadblocks as far as I know. But behaviorists, like getting people who have higher functioning autism or being able to further prepare them in a better way. We're understanding them better, how to prepare them for the future so that they can adapt better to society if that's what their goal is.
Our family wasn't they understood he had a disability, but they weren't too engaged or involved. He was a cripple to them in my family. He still is, you know. They'll talk to him, but they talk at him. They don't talk to him. I just don't think they've experienced someone with a developmental disability and quite know how to engage and interact with them.
The diagnosis completely changed my life. I don't think I would be who I am today if Scott didn't have autism, because, you know, I had a kind of unique situation because, you know, we're twins, so I grew up with him every step of the way. So every step of the way, I had to be sensitive.
He and I have our own language. He is my best friend, and I'm his best friend. We have matching my sister and I got matching tattoos for him, so it's a puzzle piece.